Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
And we're going to begin here at 6 with Exact Track 4D radar locked on to a fast-moving storm system that is packing some heavy downpours and a risk of severe weather.
And this is the second shower system to hit southeast Michigan in the past few hours. Kim Adams has been watching it for us. Let's check in with her for the very latest. Kim?
Well, right now we don't have any watches or warning, and I don't really expect any, as our sun is going to set here very shortly and we'll lose that daytime heating. But we are going to get some very heavy downpours. In fact, right now as we look at Exact Track 4D radar, let's do some street level mapping and zoom in here on this cell right in Macomb County. Mount Clemens right along Cass Avenue, headed over to the southeast very quickly. These storms are moving at 55 miles per hour, so it won't rain where you are for very long because these storms are going to really just move out so fast. We're going to zoom on over. If you're in Plymouth, heads up, you'll start getting some showers and some heavy rain here in the next few minutes. Widen the view back out again. There are still some showers and storms back out to our west, so we're not quite done with the rain just yet. So as we go through the next several hours, we could see the heavy downpours. The only severe weather threat would be hail. If it gets above an inch in diameter, there could be a warning issued. I don't expect it, but hail will be the main threat. It's not a wind event. It's just a heavy rain and hail, but look for some street flooding where it is pouring down rain. Evening planner, if you're headed out and about, just be aware we've got these showers and storms at least until 10, maybe 11 o'clock tonight, and then they will quickly exit off to the east. And tomorrow, round 2 heads in with one more day of heat and humidity. I'll have your forecast and we'll do some street level mapping and tracking these storms. The best way to see whether or not it's going to rain in your neighborhood and when is to download the Forewarn Weather app today.
Kim, a local school district shuffles its bus stop locations, leaving some in areas of higher traffic and lower visibility. Some parents in Lincoln Consolidated Schools have decided it is not worth the risk to let the kids walk to the bus stop and wait to be picked up.
The Ypsilanti Township District, like so many others, facing a shortage of bus drivers, forcing them to make some changes. One of the stops getting the most attention is right on Textile Road at Cherrywood, and that's where Jacqueline Francis gives us a closer look at the issue here.
It's what so many parents have come up to us to talk about today, worried about their children's safety at the bus stop. The district moving those stops from inside the neighborhoods out here onto the main roads where cars are driving 50, 60 miles per hour. Parents saying they won't compromise when it comes to their children's safety. The new school year has brought new bus routes for Lincoln Consolidated Schools. Students getting on and off the bus at main roads instead of at stops inside their neighborhoods. The district says the changes are a result of the critical bus driver shortage, but parents aren't having it.
It's something that looks good on paper where they can have a few bus drivers and do the bus routes real quick and get through it without taking into account the safety of the children.
Parents say Textile Road is no place for a bus stop.
It's really busy here in the morning and after school at this corner. There was a car accident at this very intersection over the summer and somebody died.
A parent in a different neighborhood sending Local 4 this video showing just how difficult it is for drivers to see students waiting at the bus stop for the morning pickup. A stop that was also relocated due to the driver shortage. Some parents pulling their kids from the bus in boycott.
No go. I'm not letting her down there. I'm not letting her right here.
Demanding answers from the Transportation Department, saying their numerous emails and phone calls have gone unanswered.
This is uncalled for, it's unsafe, it's unnecessary, and the district needs to give us answers why they think this is okay.
I did talk with the superintendent today, who was away at a conference. He's aware of these concerns. He says he plans to personally go and observe that bus stop on Textile Road once he's back. He's confident that they can come up with a solution that works for everyone. We'll be sure to keep an eye on this and bring you any updates or changes. We're live tonight. Jacqueline Francis, Local 4.
Jacqueline, I imagine among those solutions some would be looking at, what about just maybe reducing the speed limit on some of the main roads where these stops are? Is that a possibility?
Yeah, Devin, a few parents had that idea. They took it to the road commission and were told that a traffic study would likely only raise the speed limit along Textile because of how fast cars are currently traveling up and down that road.
Wow. Yeah. All right, Jacqueline.
Now to Roseville, where police are trying to find a man who allegedly stabbed two dogs, killing one of them. It happened in the area of Dolphin and Flanagan Streets in a neighborhood near Common and Groesbeck. Victor Williams spoke with the owners of the dogs and a witness to that stabbing.
I never seen a dog cry. I never really witnessed something like that.
18-year-old Vasharia Brown still can't believe her 10-month-old puppy Jinx was stabbed in the head and killed after it got out the backyard by a person believed to be a neighbor.
When I turned this corner right here, he was on the ground. I think he was wiping off the knife.
Jinx was with his sister Sage, who was also stabbed when the two escaped. Once Vasharia finally caught up to them, she noticed a familiar face, angry and outraged, but had no idea there was an issue until she saw her dog's body.
I went over there and then his head just started gushing blood and he just started panting real bad. And the other man just still yelling from the side. I'm just like, they puppies, they only 10 months, like they don't bite or nothing.
The stabbing happened in front of Brad Somerville's home. He was the one that called 911.
There was a gentleman walking his dog, and the dog was wrapped around him a few times, obviously distressed, and he had a pocket knife out, and I saw there was blood on it. He said they came up, attacked him and his dog, and he stabbed one of the dogs a few times.
We're told the man took off and hasn't been seen since because the N-word and other racial slurs were used so many times in the altercation. Vasharia's mother, Veronica, believes there may have been other motivations.
Everything is just, this and stupid be this, and that's when he took off running.
One neighbor who didn't want to go on camera was there to see the aftermath of the attack and says the dogs wouldn't hurt a fly.
The female dog that was still alive was stabbed twice. Most nicest dog you'd ever meet. I was petting her. She just wanted love and attention. She was licking my hands, nibbling my fingers. Nicest puppies I've ever seen.
That was our Victor Williams reporting. The suspect is described as a bald white man with a scruffy goatee between the ages of 60 and 65. He's believed to be in the area. So if you'd like to help, head on over to clickondetroit.com on ways to do so.
For the second time in less than a week, an Oxford school board member has resigned from the board. Last week, Tom Donnelly stepped down as the school board president. Today, Corey Bailey announced resignation as the board's treasurer. Detroit News reports Bailey was unhappy with the direction of the board. It came after a board meeting in which officials discussed pending lawsuits about the deadly mass shooting last year. Bailey was on the school board for 6 years.
In a Local 4 update, a former New Haven high school student is charged with threatening to blow up the school. Macomb County Sheriff's deputies say 26-year-old Rico Cook posted on social media a threat. It was made yesterday. He was found in a car near the baseball diamonds at New Haven High School. A sweep of the school found no explosives. Investigators searched Cook's home and removed 2 items as possible evidence. Deputies have not said what was taken. Cook is facing a threat of terrorism charge.
Next time you rent a car from Hertz, it may be an electric vehicle made by General Motors. Company announced a major EV expansion today. Hertz ordering up to 175,000 electric cars from Chevy, Buick, GMC, and Cadillac over the next 5 years. Car rental company will get shipments of Chevy Bolt EVs at the beginning of next year. Hertz thinks customers could travel more than 8 billion miles in these EVs.
That's quite the distance.
That's the change, too, isn't it?
All right, well, there is a new scam targeting senior citizens, and it's based on fears of COVID-19.
Our consumer investigator Hank Winchester tracking that, along with 2 big recalls. He's in Plymouth with more. Hank.
Devin, good evening to you. We're going to start with those recalled items. One, a popular dinner item, something that you would find in the frozen section of your local grocery store. Here's what you need to know. We began with a big food recall. Healthy Choice frozen beef being recalled because a milk allergen is not labeled on the packaging. We're talking about the Healthy Choice Power Bowls. The Korean beef refunds are available. A new COVID scam you need to be aware of, this one targeting Medicare recipients. They're being offered free COVID testing over the phone, but these scammers are just trying to get the victim's personal information, which has been compromised. An auto recall, this one from Nissan, 200,000 vehicles across the country being recalled. We're talking about the Titan and Frontier pickups. There's a rollaway risk, and right now, owners are being told to use the parking brake until the issue is resolved. You should contact your dealer right away. And I continue to track all the big scams and the recalls for you every single day. In fact, we put all that information for you right on the Help Me Hank page at clickondetroit.com. We're live here tonight in Plymouth. Hank Winchester, Help Me Hank, Local 4.
All right, Hank.
The future is bright for 100 winners of a $1.5 million giveaway by the Michigan Education Trust. People were able to enter a statewide drawing for their child for a chance to win $15,000 in prepaid tuition prizes. Each person had to be 18 years or older to be eligible to enter on behalf of their children up to age 5. The prepaid tuition prize may be used to pay for future tuition and fees at a community college, university, or a trade school.
The Met will continue to help put more young Michiganders on paths to high-wage, high-demand careers. And the great thing about Met is it doesn't just have to be used for a 4-year college degree. And it brings our state closer to meeting our 60 by 30 goal, to have 60% of our working age adults with a skills certificate or college degree by 2030.
More than 96% of high school graduates participating in MET have attended a college, university, or technical school.